Bear with us a little bit today because a little bit of technical difficulties. First, I wasn't on the screen, probably good for everybody else. Then Terry wasn't on the screen, probably good for me. And then we both were able to get back on. So here we are, Gulfstream Park, where it's sunny and warm, although they did move the races off the turf. So everything is either on all weather or on the dirt today. As always, we'll have our show recap right here. HorseRacingToday.net. When it's over, you'll click on it right there to say Gulfstream Park instead. You'll see right there a link or a replay to the show. Our smart sheets will be right there for today, as well as an explanation of how to use them. If you like what we do, right there is a button to give Terry and I a tip. And then right there is the link to go to guaranteed tip sheet for the free track today, which I believe is Mahoning Valley. Indeed, that is the case right there. You see it's free. Use that link or the link in the description so they know where you're coming from. Also, you'll find the smart sheets and the explanation and the link in the description on YouTube as well. While you're at Horse Racing Today, hit that HRT gear button. Come on over here. Get yourself a number 4 or number 5 hat. Terry, either will do. Either supports the show. Race number 1, as we mentioned today. Well, this one was supposed to be on the turf. It's a mile and a 16th. It's now on the all-weather. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with a profile of a winner. I will have that for every distance and track before too long, Mr. Terry. But I'd imagine on the turf at Gulfstream Park, speed probably has an okay opportunity. They do run fast down there. According to our smart sheets, Terry, who's got the best chance to get the lead in the opener?
Takes a look there. That 5's got lots of speed, so if it gets a clean break out of that gate, it'll get that quarter pole first.
Yeah, sure looks like it can almost take a step to its knees and still get to the lead. It'll have some company with the 3, the 6, and the 7. Everybody else wants to be a little bit towards the middle or the back of the pack. Terry, with all that speed, it does look like the 5, according to our C-Zone, which measures today's likely trip to the best performance the horse has had so far, looks like a good chance for the 5 to be out on the front and maybe stay there.
Yeah, that's true, but you can see there also the 3 is going to be very comfortable in this race too. So
you have a lot of class droppers in this race today. You got the biggest class dropper there in the 6. They've all hit par, Terry, so maybe look for a jockey and trainer in a wide open race.
Best jockey 1, best trainer 5, but I think the best combination is the 5.
1,000 simulations say that the 11 horse is a big favorite. Also our top total pace favorite as well. Terry, who's your favorite to win in race number 1?
I like the 5, Highway Harmony. Drops in class today. She improved while returning to turf. Oh, there's no turf. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then I like the 11, last race, finished second as a favorite, has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 23% of the time when bringing a beaten favorite back. Drops in class today. Magical Trip. The 4 ran second versus similar in an all-weather track last race, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then I like the 3 with my long shot, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer. No additional bets for me here.
Well, they're loading, so I'm going to go fast. I have the 11, Plain Champagne, big Sid favorite, better early pace, better fractions. On the all-weather, that switch helps. 5 times out, 2 wins, 2 seconds. Sunset Harbor, the 6 horse, a little bit of a long shot there. Trainer, second start off, Acclaim wins at 35% versus 22% overall. That's an alpha angle at a big price. Highway Harmony could be on the lead all by herself. Resume says the second start after layoff will be as good or better than the first start. And finally, Magical Trick, highly consistent on the A-dub over at Woodbine. Top closer in the field. 50-cent trifecta box, 4, 5, 6, and 11 for my Benny and the Bets Bucks. And that's right on time because out the door they go, Terry. And as they get started, so we have the 5 and the 6. They're heading out to the front. And lo and behold, we said the 5 and the 6 with the 11 would be in the mix. And there they are, just in that order, Terry, lining up just as the early pace suggests they would. I really wish that we could bet races to the quarter-mile marker. I don't think I would ever lose, Terry.
Yeah, be hard to lose, yeah.
Yes, indeed. Well, it does look kind of sloppy there right now, so the track might not be fast for very long today. I see a lot of tick back as they're running, but that's on the all W right there, though, too. So in any case, maybe just some dust flying up. So around the track they go. Right now, the 5 horse continues to hold the lead. on the AW. No, it just looks like it's overcast down there. There's not a lot of shadows behind the horses. So looking overcast in the opener. South Florida today. Much different weather down there than we're seeing here in Chicago, of course. The 5-horse on the lead continues to maintain that lead. The 11-horse trying to get involved in the mix. Here comes the 4 down the stretch. He looks like he's coming the best of the horses off the pack. I think the 5-horse might just stay up there, Terry, because the 11's out. Maybe the 4-horse might go by them all. I don't know. The 5-horse trying to get in the mix is the 6. The long shot's backed out. The 5-horse continues to lead. The 11-horse is fighting alongside. The 4-horse is coming up the rail. The 11-horse is now moved in front. The 5 is shortening strides too quickly. I'm afraid that 9 might go by him and just blow up my my trifecta. Did exactly that. So the winner is the 11, then the 4, then the 9, then the 5. 11, 4, 9, and 5 in that opening bid there. And let's see. You know what's sad about that, Terry?
What's that?
All right, how did the race finish, folks? 11 was your winner.
Yeah.
And then I think the 4, and then there's the 9.
Yeah.
So the 9 was actually the 3rd pick, according to our, and then 4th over here. You had the 4th as your top closer. So that's the way it goes, folks. Unfortunately, you can't win them all. Lately, it's been tough to win any of them lately, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Good morning, Private Ross. Crypto Codes Now will be back in 5 minutes as they are on a little bit of a hiatus. Hey, the show's just getting started. So thank you, Private Ross. I want to say thank you to everybody who's joining us. So if you're watching on YouTube right now, kindly share our content. If you're watching on X, good morning, Lulu. Make sure you go ahead and retweet right now. The 11-horse won the first race. Thank you for that. The 11 wins. Yes, indeed. The 11 does win. Who won? The 11. The 11 won. Race 2, you got the 3 and the 5. Our good friend Lauren today, 29 picks at Gulfstream Park, after I told you to add 2. Also picks at Aqueduct Fairgrounds and Delta Downs. And there you have it, folks. Over at Lauren_Shap, 11-10 box, 11-5 in the first at Gulfstream Park. Thank you, Ignacio. Wherever you're watching, kindly hit the like button, the follow button. Get us to more than 30 likes on both X and YouTube today. We'd greatly appreciate that. We're going to start tying more likes into more best bets too, folks. So that's coming up. Probably on Monday, we're going to do that. Race number 2 is going to be 6 furlongs. Terry, on the dirt course, we do know that on the dirt at 6 furlongs, you better be fast because early speed wins, and 38% of the time, if you win the race to the quarter-mile marker, you also win the race to the winner's circle. We also know that the inside horses have an advantage on the outside horses, Terry. We also know from our smart sheets who's going to get the lead.
Well, the 5. 5 has the most speed, just like the previous race. And if it can get out there, maybe it'll go all the way. Who knows?
Yes. Well, the 5-horse does have a 5-point early pace edge. At 5 points equals 1 length, approximately. Nothing's perfect, of course. So the 5 should be on the lead. He's a lone E-type, Terry, though he could have plenty of company from the 2, the 6, and the 7, as well as the 4. So the oddballs back in here are the 1 and the 3. Do either one of those have a strong C-zone?
Yeah, the 1 has a really nice C-zone of 73.68. And then the 3 is a little bit shy. It's 33%. So the 5's right around 40%.
Yeah, so it looks like the 1 is going to get a pretty clean trip from that PC spot. Versatility. 2 class droppers, 1 big class dropper here in the 5-horse. Gervin Star. Also, look at that, a 1-2 simulation favorite. Terry, the only yes horse. And what that means is we go here and we look at the par speed figure, the average winning speed figure for this condition. We find that to be 77. The only one that's done it so far is the 5, Terry. Anybody else with a chance to do it today?
Yeah, you can take a look there and see that the 6 and 7 both show some numbers to do it, and the 3 also, but the highest one is the 6. So.
Yeah, in par, we do 1,000 simulations using our highly proprietary, sophisticated analysis to project out speed figures, and they're pretty accurate, I'd say. And you see there, 547 out of 1,000 times Gervin Starr produced a speed figure of at least 77. He's also produced, Terry, the top total pace by 2 points, but he doesn't have the top jockey and trainer.
No, the one has the top jockey. The 3 is the best trainer, but the 1's the best combination of jockey trainer.
A couple of trends I like to see here like this with the 1 horse, with the better early pace, better mid pace, better late pace, better fractions for the opening quarter mile, and better fractions in the second quarter mile. You see some others in there with some combinations as that as well as the 2 class droppers. So it looks like the 5 horse is the one to beat, Terry. I'd imagine we're both starting in that place. But after that, what do you see? No, you got somebody else up top.
I do have the 3. Won the last race. Also has a highest last speed rating. Has a high percentage winning jock trainer. And likes the distance. And then given Star the 5 that you referred to tops a last speed rating. Trainer wins 50% in second starts with this trainer. Early speed, most chances, and best speed at today's distance. Then I like the 1 as my third choice. She won her last 2 races in a row, goes for a hat trick, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then the 4, Lance's Smile, won 2 races out of the last 3 starts, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer. I'm going to play the very first Miami Vice, Don Johnson, pick 4, 1, 3, 4, 5 with the 1, 7, with the 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, with the 6, 10, a $50 ticket.
I'm just putting here the answer. The 11 horse won the first race at Gulfstream Park. It seems to be a pretty popular question. So for us in race number 2, Terry, as far as I am concerned, I have the 5, Gervin Starr. I hope he doesn't go off at 1-2 and win in our pick 4s. That doesn't help much. But he does have a very aggressive early speed edge, top total pace, 2 lengths better than everybody else. Taking the biggest class drop in here, he's definitely going to get some attention. Then Slender Slipper, nice win in its last race. 6 furlongs on the dirt is by far her best, 5 times out, 2 wins, a second and a third. The horse has tried a lucky 13 races at other distances, Terry. You know what he's got?
No.
The same number of wins you and I do, 0.
No. Yeah, 0.
And then 0 seconds and 3/3. So that's a horse for the 6 furlong dirt course. Number 6, Mean to Me. Should be forward, Mean to Me, and nobody should do that. Decent workouts, prepping for the first start after a layoff. And then the 1 horse, La Tremenda. Better 5 ways. Again, that talked about the better early pace, better mid pace, better late pace, better fractions. And by far the best C-zone as the PC type. Very dangerous. And yeah, probably stupid for me to leave it off my pick 4 because you can single it now. 3, 5, 6 with the 1, 4. And then the 1, 2, 6, and 7 with the 2, 5, 6, and 10. That adds up to $48 because we have a $50 budget, of which Terry gets mad at me all the time. In race number 3, our good friend, Private Ross, getting out in front of his skis a little bit, letting us know, or front running us, as they would say. He likes the 3 and the 5 in race number 3. It's 5.5 furlongs on the Tapeta course. And even though they're running on synthetic, it does still favor early speed at a lot of horses, Terry. 42%. Who's the best 42 ever, Terry?
Oh, I don't know. Maze.
Ronnie Lott, man.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, folks.
I'm thinking baseball. You're thinking football.
No. Let's just stop for one moment here.
Okay.
I get texts from Terry when the 49ers win. Oh, the 49ers are the greatest. They're the best thing that's ever happened. 49ers are better than George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, and all the great leaders ever. And then I ask him, who's the best 42 ever? And he can't come up with Ronnie Lott.
Well, it's pretty hard when you're 77 years old. So memory's not as good.
Yes, indeed. 5.5 furlongs does favor all that early speed, Terry. So we don't need your memory here. We just need to read the smart sheets.
That's right. But you can see there's a lot of horses there with early speed. So I think it's anybody's race on who gets out of that gate first and gets that quarter pole first.
Yeah, plenty of speed. All of them. Not surprising. 5.5 furlongs, middle forward. So they're all going to get after each other, Terry. And these races where they're all going to get after each other, getting a good trip matters. And it looks like 3 of them are going to get a trip that matches their top performances.
Yeah, the 3, 4, and 6 all have C zones above 50%, especially that 6 at 88.12% C zone. So, they should all feel very comfortable in this race.
Mater D is the simulation favorite. One of two horses with a yes. Does have the top par plus, Terry. Taking the biggest class drop, but he's not dropping in class over in these columns.
Yeah, that's right. He's got the best jockey, best, almost the best trainer, but the 4 has a little bit better trainer. But the 1 is the best jockey trainer combination.
The 4 does have the best last race speed figure, 7 points better than everybody else. Again, in our explanations on Smart Sheets, we explain to you exactly why that number matters. Terry also has a 1 length late speed edge over everybody else as our top total pace horse. So is it the speed and total pace coming late, or is it the simulation favorite? What do you got?
Well, I like the 7, Game Energy. Won the last race at Gulfstream Park, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 19% of the claiming races that she has a horse competing in, and likes a distance. And then the 1, Maître D, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer and switches to high percentage winning jockey, has a bullet workout on December 4th. Adversary, the 3, third choice, ran second versus similar in last race, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Coffee at KJ's is the 4 horse, drops in class today, the highest last speed rating. The trainer wins 25% in the 3rd race after a horse has been off. And the jockey also has a high percentage win percentage. That's my long shot. No additional bets here.
Terry's long shot is my first pick. So I don't know if he's blessing me or cursing me. But Coffee at KJ's, and my dyslexia kicking in right there, did run in the top last race speed figure. That was 7 points better than everybody else. And this is a horse that, when I went back and looked at this, the early pace should be involved in the early pace. So should chase the leader, sit in a nice stalking position, and then has that 5-point late pace advantage on there. So should sit right off all the speed and then try to run around him at the end. We'll see if he can get it done. He'll have to get by Mater D, the heavy simulation favorite. It is one of the 2 yes horses, dropping in class, and as we pointed out, does have a very strong, by far, the best par plus number. Number 7, Game Energy, speed. I love this when I'm going through the past performances, Terry, and this is something I have found over and over and over from experience. You see a horse here that shows a lot of speed, right? Just about every race he gets out there. And then you see this bold L up here. A lot of times those 2 things go together and they end up collecting the bonus for being the winner. And then finally, I have the 3 horse Adversary, consistent performer. That horse can rate, he can close, and I think that would be very helpful in a race where everybody wants to go forward. It's the other yes horse with the 1. I'm going to go $5 exact, the key box 4 over the 137. I did manage to hit one of those yesterday that almost made me break even on the day. Race number 4. As we race through this card, Terry, we're flying. The 4th race today at Gulfstream Park, we're looking at 6.5 furlongs. That's on the main course as well. At 6.5 furlongs, speed, and more speed, Terry. 35%. I don't know any 35, so I'm not going to ask you any questions about who's the best 35. But inside horses do better than outside. So I am going to ask you, do we have any inside speed?
Well, we do. We have that 1 that shows inside, but also the 7, the outside horse, has a lot of speed. So, they could go head-to-head at quarter pole.
You got the 1 and the 2 and the 7. They're all going to get out there. Looks like the 1 is the one that wants to lead, is the lone pilot. The 2 and 7 can co-pilot. The 3 and 5, they want to be pressuring the pace. So the 1 horse that's kind of the Sesame Street horse. Do you remember that skit, Terry? One of these is not like the other.
Yeah, that's right.
That 6 horse is the one that's not like the other, Terry. It's the lone closer in here. Well, it does look like the 5 might have a little bit more late step than he does. Who's got the best chance today of getting a winning trip?
Well, it appears to me that the 2 and 7 are both above 50%, with the 7 having the best chance with a 65.88%. All of them show some kind of C-zone number.
The 2 and the 7 as your lone EP types getting great trips, but that can be very dangerous because if the 1 goes too slow, They can get ahead of it, and if it goes too fast, they can just sit right off the pace there, stay in front of the 3, 5, and 6, and outrun them to the finish line. Although volatile, 6 points last race speed figure as our simulation favorite. Although the 7 takes the top spot over here, who takes the top spot with the jockey and trainers over here?
Well, the 2 is the best jockey, the 7 the best trainer, but the 2 I think is the best jockey trainer combination in my opinion.
And who's the best horse in your opinion in race number 4?
I like the 6. He ran second versus similar in the last race, has the highest last speed rating, and she has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. And then I like Cooley, the 1 debut at Gulfstream after arriving from Southern California, draws an advantage on the rail with a 19% win rate and is backed by a trainer with a 25% dirt win rate and a strong jockey trainer combination. And then I like the 2 Wiggle and Wine. Won last race at Gulfstream, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey and a good workout on December 4th. And then Breezy Bella, the 7's my long shot, finished in the money in the last 3 races, winning the last start. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. No additional bets for me here.
I'm going to go with the California Invader, Cooey. It's definitely going to be on the pace. We saw that in our smart sheets right there, the one on the rail. Should be better in the second start after a layoff and the second start at Gulfstream Park, which he won the first one there. Comes out of the Bob Baffert barn in California with plenty of upside. So I think he's going to get to the front on that rail and try to stay there all the way around the track. Volatile, the 6 horse. That is your top last race speed figure. 6 points better than everybody else. And if you look at the resume, the past performances in second starts after a layoff, that number goes up. Wiggle and Wine, definitely an all-weather horse. Terry, this one's been on the synthetic 5 times, won 3 of them with the second. And today is the other time that Irad's riding. So he's ridden it twice before. He's got a win in a second. So maybe Irad gets a third in the third time. And then finally, Breezy Bella, that is the 7 horse. 3 consecutive speed figure increases in a row. Barry Meadows, in his book, The Skeptical Handicapper, pinpoints that as an angle that wins at least 15%. 2 good workouts between races to see if he can make it 4 speed figure increases in a row. $5 exact, the key box. I hope I get 4-1 on the 1 with the 2, the 6, and the 7 for more of my Benny and the Bets bucks. Race 5 is the middle race of the card, Terry. Before we get off to the middle race of the card, just a gentle reminder, Terry, that tomorrow is 4 and Friday. Thomas and I will do Hong Kong. That's always a lot of fun. And to make sure you don't miss the Hong Kong action, Terry, where long shots hit all the time, and we're right once in a while, Tom and I, what would you do?
Well, you need to subscribe to the YouTube channel and X and go ahead and hit the bell on the YouTube channel. That'll tell you about Foreign Fridays. It'll let you know about 30 minutes before, and then hit that down at the bottom, copy that link and share with everybody you know. They can come check us out. Go to our social sites such as X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky at Horse Race, the number 2 day, and give us a thumbs up and a like. And also keep these comments coming like you're doing today, as we love to see them. We like to see your picks. Thank you.
Yeah, we love the commentary. Let us know where in the world you're watching. Again, help us today. If you're watching right now, pick up your mouse or on your, if you have one of those finger pads as your mouse, and hit the like button on YouTube as well as on X. And if you're watching on X, please hit the retweet button. That way other people who are interested in finding our content have a great opportunity to meet Terry and I, as well as the rest of you in our community. The Keystone Race is another one that's supposed to be a mile and a 16th on the turf. It's not, Terry. So again, we don't have a profile of a winner, but we did see in the opener, Terry, that the horses that got out to the front stayed at the front except for the 5. We did have the 4 close as well as the 9. So maybe being forwardly placed will be helpful in race number 5 too. And if that's the case, there's a few to look at.
Yeah, there are. The 2 has a best number, followed up by that 10. So who knows?
So tomorrow we will start at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you do, as Terry said, follow us on our social sites, we do tend to post everything about 30 minutes before we go live. So make sure not only do you hit the subscribe button, but you hit the bell so you're notified about 30 minutes before we go live. If you look at the race shape here, Terry, nobody is an E-type. So that 2, the 10, the 4, the 2 is at left arrow horse. How many times have we seen left arrow horse win? The 10, another left arrow horse. Mm-hmm. All these races, Terry, kind of weird in terms of the setup. Looks like 3 of them with a better than 50-50 chance today to like the setup.
Yeah, the 4, 5, and 9 are above 50% threshold that we like to see, especially that 5. The 4 has 64.65% C-zone.
Got a bunch of class droppers in here today. They're all the red down arrow types. The biggest class dropper is Irwin, moving down 1.2 lengths. That's a pretty big move there, Terry. As far as making a big move, trainer jockey-wise, you don't have to move too far to figure out who it might be.
No, the 10 has the best jockey, 5 best trainer, but the 10, I think, is the best jockey-trainer combination.
So in these races that kind of look wide open, only the one horse is not within making par, which is 86 here. So you have, that's on the turf, but it's still relative. So, Terry, who's got some value?
Well, you take a look there, and you can see that the 1 is from 11-1 to 30-1. The 2 has a value from 2-1 to 6-1, and the 5's value is from 5-2 to 3-1. So it's a small amount of value.
So we simulate 1,000 races, and then we look to see who won our simulation, and then from there we calculate out the odds, and that has been amazingly effective as well. I cannot tell you how many times we see sim odd favorites in the top 4 take the top prize. See over here, Irwin, huge chance to go over par today, 74%. That's a big number, Terry. Doesn't show up as the sim odds favorite or the total pace favorite. So you got the 2 as the sim odds, the 6 as the total pace, and the 5 a par plus. 2, 5, and 6, are they anywhere in your picks?
Well, in this race, I like the 10, Brigade Commander. He is a high percentage winning trainer jockey, drops in class today, highest speed figure at today's distance. Then I like that 6. He likes Aqueduct. He's been in the money 83% of the time here, winning 33% of those starts, and at today's distance, he's finished in the money 75% of the time. The 5, Irwin, is my third choice, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, and switches a high percentage winning jockey. Full Nelson, the 4, long shot, ran second versus similar last race, and he's my long shot, of course.
Full Nelson, that's a wrestling move, Terry. Have you ever put somebody in a full Nelson or been in a full Nelson?
Yeah, when I used to wrestle when I was in high school.
Yeah, that wasn't my favorite move when I wrestled in high school and college, but it was definitely not one you want to get into. I like the 5 horse Irwin to be the winner in the Keystone race. Reason being, Irwin has a huge par plus edge over everybody else. That's important to thee. By far the best C-zone and your biggest class dropper. A lot of reasons why this horse should find this company to be to its liking. Quizler. Isn't that like a name of a restaurant or something like that? Somebody who tried to pair it off of Sizzler? I don't know. Anyway, it is our top total pace horse. Very strong on the turf. I know they're not running on turf. They're running on all-weather. Many times that turf form does translate to all-weather. We'll see. But the turf numbers say it should be okay. Then the 10 horse Brigade Commander, never off the board in 5 races at the distance, 2 wins, 2 seconds, and a third. And of course, jockey Irad Ortiz is on, so he can knock everybody else off the track and they won't DQ him. And then finally, number 2, Out of Money. Hopefully we're not that when the show is over, Terry. That is that left arrow horse that should be up on the lead in a race that doesn't have much speed. If he can catch the right fractions, you know what he can do, Terry?
He can win.
He can go all the way, wire to wire. 50-cent trifecta box for me, 2, 5, 6, and 10. And he's the 3 did scratch in that race, so just the 5 for Private Ross and his picks. It's funny watching if you're online, the whole rivalry between 50 Cent and P. Diddy. It's almost comical in any case. The late pick 4 starts in race number 6, Terry. And in this case, they're going to run 6.5 furlongs. Again, we already talked about how Early speed makes a big difference, particularly on the inside. The thing that really we're going to pay attention here to is this is a maiden optional claiming. So everybody's looking for their first win. And when we look at that, this speed figure right here, Terry, that's the average winning speed figure. And I've found over and over and over again, when you're looking at maidens, pay a lot of attention to that number. Terry, only one horse so far has found it.
Yeah, that's that 5's the only one that's either equal or exceeded that speed part number, and it's got the best chance to do it again today, according to the data.
So when you see the first time start, when you see that first win seekers, we're looking over here. The 4 wants to pressure, the 5 wants to close, the 1 and 6 so far, not within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. So you got the 2, 3, and 7 over here in the first timer column. Terry, tell us what this first time columns tell us about the 2, the 3, and the 7.
Well, the 7 has a 2.97%, 2.97 points out of 3, so almost perfect. It also has a bullet workout last time out. And then the 3 also is above that 2.5 that we like at 2.64, followed up by this 2 at 2.24. So
really in these races, it comes down to who might get the lead, because a lot of times these horses win wire to wire. I also think, aside from our first-time worker numbers or second-race power ability, you got to pay attention to jockeys and trainers, Terry. And there's a few maybe that catch your eye.
Yeah, the 6 the best jockey, the 4 the best trainer, but I like the 2 as the best jockey-trainer combination.
Sunny and Peaches. Well, my dog's name is Peaches, my chubby blonde girlfriend. Does my chubby blonde girlfriend make your picks, Terry?
Well, I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, you got Sunny and Peaches in there, the 2.
It is. It's just not my top one, but I like the 1. Win, place, and show, finished 3rd. And the only start barrel post winning. And 19% clip has a high percentage winning trainer and switches high percentage winning jockey. And then that Sunny Peaches, your dog's name, is the 2. First time starter whose dam has 1 winner from 1 starter, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Sunkiss, the 6. Trainer excels with all-weather to dirt moves, although it's I don't know if that's important here today, but 75% win rate, top jockey aboard, and also has blinkers, posted a strong workout on December 5th. And then number 4, Lady Rockalua, finished 3rd on an all-weather in last race. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then I'm going to play the last pick for Miami Vice. I'm going to play all in this race with the 2-6, with the singling 2 in the 3rd leg, and then 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, and 8 in the last leg. I think that's all also, which is a $42 ticket.
Well, what's funny about that, Terry, is in this race we have all of the horses in our picks. You have the 1. We both have the 2. It's the only one we overlap on. I have the 3. You have the 4. I have the 5. You have the 6. And I have the 7. So we kind of alternate, except for the 2 horse, which is, I think, kind of funny. So maybe that tells you right there that this is an all race.
It is.
I'm going to go with the 7 horse Empath. It is the top rated first time starter. Does have a November 1st work at Gulfstream Park, 4 furlongs at 47-3. You know what they call that, Terry?
Really, really fast.
Yeah. Then Max, the 3 horse, second rated first timer with some decent workouts. Then, of course, I have to have my chubby blonde girlfriend, Sunny and Peaches. You got Irad Ortiz. You got jockey trainer combo with Jose D'Angelo being the trainer. They've run together 7 times. They've won 3. And the first time starter is catching the favorite status in there. And then it was a tough call for me between the 5 and the 1. The 1 has some second race upside, but not enough to get the par ability. Whereas the 5, La Rodada, is the only yes horse in the field. And in these races, if there's a yes horse in the field, you got to have him, because you know that horse can get above that speed figure. My pick 4 is going to go 2, 3, 7. I'm leaving out the 1 yes horse, so not even taking my own advice. 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, 5, 1, 5, 8, $40.50. I do think that 2 that Terry singled is singleable, but if you beat him, you're going to get some better numbers at the end. And then I'm going to do a 50-cent trifecta box. I'll put the 5 in there on this case. 2, 3, 5, and 7 to spend more of my bucks. Race number 2, Terry, they're getting loaded into the gates. So let's go back to that. Again, while we wait for race number 2 to get started, right now, hit that like button on YouTube. Also, retweet us and like us over on X. Let's get both of those numbers well over 30 today. Let's let Twitter know and let's YouTube know that this show and this community is a force that more people should join. The more you interact, the more likely that's to happen. So in race number 2 right now, Terry, as they get all lined up and ready to go, let's take a look at what the action says. It says, let's get ready to race. But they're not racing yet. The gates are closed. The horses are eagerly waiting for the starter to press the button. Oh, it does look like one of the horses in the middle is acting up a bit. And they're done acting up in the great baritone tones of good friend Peter Aiello, ringing in the ears. And guess who's got the lead, Terry?
Let's see, probably the 5.
Yes, indeed. The 5 is up on the lead, followed by the 3 horse. So the 3, a little bit of a surprise in that mix, as he was the 3rd over here, but didn't really show up in the first call leader status. That's why we do 2 of them. The 5 is 2 to 5, Terry. I don't know that we want that 5 horse to be the winner. And I think we'd probably rather the 3 horse find its way around them at 4 to 1. Behind them, you have the 2 and the 6. They're both running kind of hard at the moment. Maybe the 4 horse can make up some ground at the end. But the 5 horse at 2 to 5, it's just kind of walking away from everybody at the moment. And the jockey hasn't even bothered to say, hey, buddy, let's go. So I think this race is going to be one of those, not who wins, but by how much does he win? Because really nobody's making up ground. He's even shortening up strides a little bit. He's not even, the jockey hasn't even asked him, like, not one, like, just go to the front and run. So it's going to go 5, 3, 2, 6, 53, 26 in race number 2. And both of us should have just put the 5 at the top of our tickets and said, the hell with it. Let's move on. In race number 2, that 5 horse, Terry, was a 1 to 2 simulation favorite. So oddly, 1 to 2 is 50%. He's 2 to 5. So 40%. You almost got fair value on that guy. Said he would go to the lead, and he did. It said he would win by 2 lengths over here, and he won by about 3. Still think smart sheets aren't that smart, Terry?
Oh, no, they're smart.
They're not even transmitting it. What are you talking about? Well, we can't put it on this show, Marcos. I wish we could. We've asked many, many times for us to be allowed to do it, but they have legal rights to it. And the amount of money that they have in the bank account relative to the amount of money we have in the bank account. And I think if you reached into your pockets and pulled out the money in your pockets, it might be more than horse racing today has in the bank accounts. Unfortunately, sad but true in the words of Metallica. In race number 7, Terry, they're going to go 6 furlongs on the main track again. So speed has been useful in the first 2 races, one on dirt, one on Tapeta. I don't see any reason why speed won't matter again at 6 furlongs. Typically, at the distance, horses on the inside benefit. But this might be a case where there's too much speed, Terry.
Yeah, there's all these horses have speed, and just it's really anybody's. It's anybody's figured, and anybody's race really to get to that quarter pole first.
Yeah, you can see here, not only do the first call leader numbers show that's pretty competitive, so do the early pace numbers. So it's going to be very tight. All of these horses have hit par, meaning they all can run a speed figure of 79 or more. So, Terry, again, in these races that seem wide open, I like to look for some value. Do you see any in there?
Yeah, the 3 has a little bit of value from 6 to 1 to 12 to 1. The 5 has value from 5 to 2 to 7 to 2, and the 6 has value from 4 to 1 to a nice 10 to 1.
Kind of a blob race. Nobody's really wants to be on the lead or needs the lead, so it looks like I'm pretty much all in the middle except for the 2. The 4 does have the most late speed along with the 6 horse, but again, tightly bunched in here. So all the early speed is tightly bunched. All the late speed is tightly bunched. 7 points from top to bottom on top total pace. So if you get bumped, you spin your wheels coming out of the gates, you could be out of the race already. So you better make sure you get a good trip. And who's likely to get the good trip based upon the jockey?
Yeah, that's right. The jockey has the best. Number 4 is the best jockey. The 7 is the best trainer. But, I think the 7 is the best jockey trainer combination.
So the 4 has the best jockey, and the 4 and the 6, the strongest C zones in a very, very competitive race. In the competitive 7th race, Terry, somehow we both landed on the longest shot or one of the longest shots to win. Why?
I like the 2 because I like It's Only Works. Because the likes Aqueduct finishing in the money in 79% of the races and won 29% of the starts. And at today's disc has been the money 82% of the time, winning 45% of the starts. And I like the 2 as my second choice, finished 3rd in the last race, trained by a high percentage trainer, has a good workout on December 3rd. Then the 4, Brenna, is my third choice, won at last race. Has a high percentage winning trainer and a bullet workout on November 24th. Neon City, the 7 is my long shot, finished in the money in 9 out of 13 starts at Gulfstream, so likes the track. Won 3 of those races and has a nice high percentage winning trainer and jockey. No bits for me in this race.
We should probably bet this race because if It's Only Words actually comes in to win at 10-1, that's going to play plenty of Dolores. Left Arrow horse. So again, one of those horses that should be out towards the front that typically likes to close. Does have a tie for the top C zone. Does have the best par plus number over here. We got 60, one of the best par plus numbers. Yeah, he does have the best. A little bit better than the 5. Top total pace. Open race. Why not take high odds? Both sides, the 5 horse next on my list. Horse for the course, Terry. 19 times. 6 wins. He's run 8 races elsewhere. 1 win. Unquestionably a fan of the South Florida weather, as am I. Something in common with both sides. Number 4, Brenna. Easy win in the last race. Has a bull-out workout since then. Clearly, this horse is right now in form. Then finally, the 2 horse, Tinky Abarrio. Well, anything about those Abarrio horses, if you know anything about them, they love to run down at Gulfstream Park, and that's where White Barrio made its name. This one's been consistent for sure. Should be better in the 3rd start after a layoff and regarded as the morning line favorite. Race number 8, Terry. We got race number 8. Kind of, if you looked quickly, we gave it away. Terry, your best bet coming up in race number 8.
That's right.
Before we get to that, it is 5 furlongs on the turf. Move to the all-weather. We don't have exactly 5 furlong data, but we do know that about half at 5.5 furlongs go wire to wire. So I'd imagine that number is very similar. We also know that the horses on the inside tend to have an edge over the horses on the outside. If you're looking for a horse on the inside with a lot of giddy up and go, Terry, you don't have to look very far.
You sure don't. Look at that 2. It's got lots of speed compared to everybody else in there. It should get out of gate fast.
And then you have a few others in there that are maybe going to try to compete with the 1, 2, and 7. Everybody else kind of middle back. It's kind of a good balanced race in here, Terry. So with some balance, who's got the best trip likely coming up?
Well, the 7 does at 71.97% is the best C zone in there. But I should also mention that the 6 is a late scratch.
Oh, yes, my voodoo doll. So that really makes the race middle forward. So that makes the 4, at these triangle races. So when you're doing these pace setups and how horses run their best race, and Terry mentions the 6 is out. You draw a triangle, right? You see you have like one of those right edge triangles over here. And then that point horse, a lot of times, the one that's all by itself on the point, either in the front or the back, it can be very dangerous. The 4 does have the most late speed in here. Not necessarily the best C zone in there, Terry, but he does get the simulation odds. I got a feeling that the 4 is not your top pick. But before we go to your top pick, Terry, you know what we got to do? Drum roll, please. And who's your best bet, Terry?
Okay, well, my best bet in here is the 2. Finished 2nd last time out on an all-weather track. Early speed suits the shorter distance. Top speed at today's distance. Fastest speed in the field. Trainer has a high percentage win percentage. And then Sticky Chickens?
Be careful now. That almost sounded that.
All right.
That
All
almost got us in the penalty box with YouTube all by itself.
I know. Let's say that it's the 5-horse. Finished third versus Zimmer All-Weather, and the last race has a high percentage between trainer and jockey. Carcone, the 4 is my third choice. Finished second versus Zimmer in the last race. Highest last speed rating. Switches to high percentage between jockey. I like the 7, my long shot. He has an early foot, so the shorter distance will help. Trained by a high percentage winning jockey. I'm going to bet $40 to win on number 2. And then a $10 exacted box 2-5, and then I'm going to bet a $10 exacted 2 on top with the 1, 4, 5, 7. That's it.
Yes, there you go. Terry's best bet of the day. Big heavy on the 2. I think he's going to win fairly easily. I'm taking it. I have the 2-horse too as my top choice. Gab Alodone should be out front all by myself, as that's the simulation. That's what it tells us. From there, this horse has absolutely seemed tough for Terry. If I remember correctly, it ran in a grade 3. So today's should be light work, relative speaking, and does have a lot more upside than it showed of late. Number 5 is Terry and I have the same exacta. I'll see if I can get us into penalty box too. Sticky McShickens. I probably just did. Anyway, almost always around at the end at Gulfstream Park. 8 races, a couple of seconds. 4 thirds, but he hasn't found the winner's circle yet. Carcone, the 4-horse, big time simulation favorite, Terry. Never off the board in 6 races on the synthetic, and that's at 20-1. I'm sure you hope that one finishes second behind the 2-horse in your exacta. Yeah. And then finally, the 1-horse, Snow Name, another bomb, Terry. If it's going to win, it's going to win on the all-weather, where he's got 4 wins in 11 races. He's run a lucky 13 times on other surfaces, be it dirt, be it turf, and has 1 win, just 1 race better than you and I. No bets in race number 8. Just a reminder, tomorrow, good afternoon, excuse me. Know where they don't broadcast them. You have to get TVG or Twin Spires now south of the Texas border, because there was one called Horse Racing, HRTV. Was an app down in below, so south of Texas. And you could probably still get that, but it's TVG or Twin Spires now. I think it's TVG. So just open up a TVG account. You don't have to fund it to watch the races. We don't get any money or benefit for recommending you do that either. I wish we did, but we don't. Otherwise, I'd give you a link. Just a reminder, when the show is over at horseracingtoday.net, there's a link in the description on YouTube to get on over there. Terry and I will post all of our picks, our Benny and the bets, Terry's best bet, all of it and more will be right there, smack dab center of the screen. Just click on the picture. It'll take you there. You will see the Smart Sheets link for today, a sheet and explaining how to use them. If you like what we do here, it looks like plenty of you do, hit that tip jar button, buy us a Diet Coke or a coffee. And then right there is the link to the guaranteed free track today over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet, which is Mahoning Valley. You see that right there. And then hit that HRT gear button up on the menu. Get yourself a hat, T-shirt, sweatshirt, something to keep you warm in the winter. But if you're south of the equator, something to keep you cool. Get a T-shirt, right? Again, tomorrow, Terry, I will be with Thomas for Hong Kong. That's always a ton of fun. To make sure you're having fun with Tom and I. So the Tom and Jerry show. Yeah, cat and mouse. What do you need to do?
You need to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the bell so it notifies you about like Foreign Fridays about 30 minutes before. Then go ahead and hit that link and copy it down below so you can share it with everybody you know. They can come check us out. Go to our social sites such as X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, Horse Race at number 2 day, and give us a thumbs up and a like. And keep these comments coming and picks as we like to see them. And I'm going to say hello to Tayfun.
Yes, and right now we're at 14 likes on YouTube, thumbs up. So we need right now 16 of you to go ahead, pick up your mouse and click the like button on YouTube. We would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate that. So Ortiz is going to take the last race, race number 9. It says Private Ross. Randy's coffee and donuts before the race, chicken dinner at the races of Hollywood Park Days. I don't know. Terry, you would know more about Hollywood Park. I've never been there. Did you head over to those places before
Yeah,
and after the race?
yeah, I went to Hollywood Park, and yeah, I did go for the chicken dinner. Yeah, so
There you go. I only go for chicken dinners when I go to the track, Terry. Right? Isn't that what they call it when you win?
yeah, winner chicken dinner.
That's right. That one must have come from there. All right. Anyway, let's see if we can get a chicken dinner in the 5.5 furlong all-weather race in the finale today at Gulfstream Park. Again, that does favor early speed. We mentioned a ton of them. 42%. All right, Terry, I'm going to give you another try at this. Who's the best 42?
Oh, the best 42 is Ronnie Lott.
Yeah, ding, ding, ding. Winner, winner.
Chicken dinner.
You got it. All right. So we know who's going to win the race to the quarter-mile marker according to our smart sheets. And who is it?
It's the 5. You can see the 5's got the most speed, but the 8 and 2 may have something to say about that.
I mean, just looking at this sheet, Terry, there's one thing that stands out to me, and that's the 8 horse. Last race speed figure, 19 points better than everybody else. So every 5 points equals about 1 length. So let's just round it up to 20. 4 lengths better than everybody else on the speed figure. That means everybody's got to improve by a lot. He does have a 1 length total pace advantage. So maybe we can catch that horse on a class drop with the 5. Maybe a better jockey than the 8 has. Who's that?
Yeah, the 5 has the best jockey, 6 the best trainer, but the 5 has the best jockey trainer combination.
Now the 5 wants to get out to the front, but doesn't necessarily have the best C zone. Looks like a couple of other horses likely to like the race to set up this way versus others.
Yeah, the 2 is really nice at 89%, and then the 1 actually has a really nice one at 63% C zones. They're going to be very comfortable in here.
So we got a couple things cooking here. You got that huge speed figure number. The 1 horse, Misprint. I don't know. Maybe that 3-2 morning line simulation favorite is a misprint. I don't know. You got that speed horse over here with the 5. So maybe maybe the 5 or the 1 can overcome that 19-point speed figure edge. Terry, what do you think?
Well, we'll have to see, but I think it's going to be the 8, Almost 10 girl. Won last race at Gulfstream, has the top speedy ratings for both race and today's distance. Shares the fastest all-weather speed among today's starters. Trainer and jockey have high win rates, so a lot of boxes marked off. And then the 1 Misprints won 3 races out of the last 4 starts, dropped some class today, trained by a high percentage winning trainer. Happy Ride the 5, my third choice, trained by a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Love Miami Love. The 6 is my long shot. She has a high percentage winning trainer also, who wins 28% of the races in the second race after claiming a horse and can handle the distance. No additional bets for me as I'm out of money.
Yeah, that 18-point speed figure edge. I mean, I don't know how you get past that. That horse was also 5 ways better last time. Better early pace, better mid pace, better late pace, better fractions. The only horse in the field. So it looks like it's improving. And then it has on top of that 3 speed figure increases in a row. I mean, that horse should go off at 1-2. If you get better than 1-1 odds, yeah, probably not a bad idea. But if not, you want to go elsewhere. Misprint is a major simulation favorite. Lone PC type, very consistent performer. 5 horse, Happy Ride. That one, Terry, is up and down performances, some good, some bad. So they put IRAD on today, hoping that the horse can take advantage of these mid-level moves that the horse can make that are stakes level good. IRAD's usually good at timing those moves. And then finally, the 6, Love Miami Love. How can you not have a horse named Love Miami Love in Miami, Terry? This horse has it made 3 starts in a row for a year. So he is doing it today, the classic third start after a layoff. And I call that my finally healthy angle. No additional bets for me either. Again, if you haven't done so already, you see down there below all of our social sites. Kindly subscribe. Make sure you hit the like and the follow buttons, particularly the subscribe buttons and the follow, and then hit those alarms so when we go live, you are giving advance notice so you don't miss anything. The 5 horse won the second race. Ortiz will ride happy today. Indeed, he will. Here are our picks for the full day today. In race number 1, the 11-1. In race number 2, the 5-1. That means these are your winners for the rest of the day, right down there. You don't need to look anything past that. Except for in the pick 4. I'll mess one up somewhere along the line for sure. Over here, in race number 3, $5 exact the key box. is where my Benny and the Bets bucks start to go to work. Well, I had a trifecta in race number 1. Another $5 exacta key box in race number 4. In race number 5, I have a trifecta box, 2, 5, 6, and 10. Race number 6, Terry. This is the last of the pick fours where between Terry and I, we have every horse. And Terry went all in his pick 4 up front. I didn't go. I left a couple of horses off and probably going to regret it. But in any case, you see my pick 4 there as well as a trifecta box using mostly first-time starters. Race number 7, no wagers. Race number 8, Terry's best bet of the day. And then no picks in race number 9. Again, over at horseracingtoday.net, we will go ahead and post all of our comments as well as our Benny and the Bets thoughts. On YouTube, we'll timestamp every race so you can come back and take a look at race number 8 and why Terry feels like that 2-horse is unbeatable. Lauren, thank you for joining us today. We greatly appreciate that. We'll see you Monday. And Terry, where will we be on Monday?
We're going to be at Parks again on Monday, so like we always do. So it'll be fun. Then Tuesday, I think we're doing Parks again. And then I imagine Wednesday will be Aqueduct, and then Thursday probably Gulfstream.
Yeah, I think you're
not sure about those 2 days.
You're 100% right on that. Chicago homeless midnight train. Yes. Yeah, there's plenty of homeless on the train in Chicago. And most of the homeless are harmless, but the few of them are not, unfortunately. Yeah. All right, folks. Well, that wraps it up for this terrific Terry Thursday. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so you can catch Tom and I tomorrow for Hong Kong. That racing's always a ton of fun. But no matter what you're doing for the rest of this day, Terry, on this terrific Terry Thursday, we certainly hope that you have God's grace, God's favor, and everything ends up in
the winner's circle.
See you tomorrow for Hong 22-1 Tom and I. Make it a blessed Thursday.